This is Tales and Whispers, where every story is felt, not just heard.
You know, every now and then you hear a story that it perfectly captures what it means to be human, what it means to be a community. This is one of those stories. On the surface, it's about a harvest, but trust me, it's about so much more. So, let's dive in. Okay, so picture this. We're on a farm in North Dakota, a place where your whole life revolves around the seasons, around the land itself, and the year is 2025. And then, just like that, tragedy strikes. A farmer dies in an accident, the kind of thing that just shatters a family's world in an instant. But it wasn't just the grief, as overwhelming as that was. He left behind a task, a job so huge it honestly felt impossible. So this is the family of farmer Randy Phillisvold, his wife Cara, and their 2 sons. They're dealing with this devastating loss, right? But on top of that, they're facing this just overwhelming challenge. And when I say overwhelming, I mean it. We're talking about 1,400 acres of farmland. I mean, can you even picture that? It's a massive, massive area, and it all needs to be harvested now. And this wasn't just one simple crop either. You've got corn, soybeans, canola, all of it ready to go. Ripe. And every single bit of it was at risk of being completely lost.
You know what else they were up against? The clock. Because in North Dakota, winter doesn't mess around. It comes fast. And with every single day that went by, the chances of losing the entire year's work just got higher and higher.
Seriously, just try to put yourself in their shoes for a second. Imagine that feeling. You're completely overwhelmed with grief, and then you have this mountain of a task staring you in the face. A task you know deep down you just can't do by yourself. But this is where the story takes a turn. Because the community around them, they didn't just send cards or say, "Let us know if you need anything." No, they saw the problem and they decided they were going to do something about it. His friends, they looked at the situation, at the family, at those 1,400 acres, and they just knew. They knew this was way too much for one family to handle. It was a burden that had to be shared. So the word went out. And the response? It was incredible. 75 farmers, 75! They dropped everything they were doing on their own farms, and they just showed up. And they didn't come empty-handed. Suddenly, 12 giant combines are rolling onto the Phillisvold farm. I mean, that's not just a couple of machines, that's a whole fleet, ready to get to work. And that wasn't all. More than 40 trucks showed up to haul all that grain away. It was like this massive, perfectly coordinated operation just appeared out of nowhere. And it was all powered by one thing: people wanting to help. Man, can you just imagine that scene? Dozens of people, all these combines, work in the fields, trucks lined up, everyone moving together like a single, well-oiled machine, all to finish the work for a neighbor who couldn't. And the result of all this? That impossible task? The one that would have taken the family months, if they could have even done it at all, it was done. In just a few days, they harvested every single last acre of Randy's crops. But here's the most incredible part. Why did they do it? Nobody asked for payment. Nobody even really needed to thank you. They didn't expect a single thing in return. It was just what you do for your neighbors when they're in trouble. And that, right there, brings us to the real heart of this story. It's about a simple but really profound truth about what humanity can be at its absolute best. You know, this wasn't just some random one-off thing. It's actually a principle, something that's just baked into the culture of a lot of these communities. They call it rural solidarity, and it's this basic idea that when things get really, really tough, words aren't enough. You show up, you act, you help. And that's the bottom line, isn't it? Real humanity, it's action. It's not about the words. So what does action actually look like in a situation like this? Well, first, you have to see the burden someone is carrying. Then you step in to help share that weight. You do something real to ease their loss. And maybe the most important part of all, you make sure that person knows they are not alone. So this incredible story, it's not just a nice thing to hear about. It really holds up a mirror to all of us, and it leaves us with a pretty challenging question we should probably all ask ourselves. Think about it. If someone close to you was facing a major crisis, their own impossible task, Are you the kind of person who is first on the scene, ready to jump in? Or would you kind of hang back and wait to see who else is going to help first? It's a tough question, but it's definitely one worth thinking about.